Kajingelang ya tai halor kapang party politics and political participation balakot panlong dagatanat political science, history, sociology but philosophy jong Sankardev College. Haka sautare gunai wing arjar puar kal sakhi kajing pynksan ki nongīalam seng san hima sima yala ki jong ki nong rembat ki mat haki jing ai jing kran jong ki. Haka ni kasngi lawan bani chimbanta da uba Manuel Badwar ka Congress uba Ardent Embasayomot ka Voice of the People's Party u Dr. Jemino Mauthot na ka United Democratic Party u Dr. Fabian Lingdot na ka All India Trinamool Congress, uba KP Pangyang na ka Hill State People's Democratic Party, uba Gregory Shulai na ka Bharatiya Janata Party, bar uba Baja Pingrop na ka NPP. Nalor ki waypat ki balwan sakhi lai don lang ru dak Dr. Eureka FP Lingdo ka Principal, ka Kong Patricia Mukim, Editor Shillong Times, bat ki waypat ki Rio Paukman.
We are supposed to have a system in place to ensure that such things don't even have to arise. And the system is supposed to be built by policies, by political leaderships. Tomorrow, if I tell you that at least there should be an effort, whether it's the Congress, whether it's PDF, whether it's Voice of the People, whether it's UDP, whether it's just about any party, if tomorrow we're supposed to form some sort, we should have at least and willingness to ensure that this transparency comes about. Because I always tell people, that once you work for the government, you call a government servant. And as a government servant, what does this name just signify? Basically, you serve the government. And who's the government? The public is the government, not the representatives. The representatives only represent the public. So if government servants are supposed to ensure that there's transparency, why can't we have darbars? Nice darbars we have. We sit for meetings just about every odd quarter. Why can't it be that in those darbars we have some sort of a discussion like this? I call it a town hall discussion. It's a very famous, well-documented concept around the world. Why is it that from the various front-facing departments, when I say front-facing departments, I'm talking about municipal, I'm talking about PWD, I'm talking about health, I'm talking about PHE. Why is it that officers from these departments also don't come? We have area managers from each and every department. Those area managers are also supposed to participate in such meetings. What happens if they participate in such meetings? It improves transparency. If tomorrow the municipal starts giving a report on the past 6 months' performance of the municipality, at least for that particular locality, just imagine the kind of changes that we'll be able to bring. At least people will not have to go run pillar to post just to get small things sorted out. And these are the kind of things that we need to change. And these are the kind of things we are going to change.
As far as an issue of party politics is concerned, I feel it would be more appropriate to explain in brief what does it mean by party politics. It is a participation of political parties in the political process. In any country which claims itself to be a democracy. In the context of Meghalaya, there are a number of political parties, both national and regional parties. In the 50 years of its existence, except for the first General Assembly election, in which the APHLC secured a clear majority, subsequently, in every election, no party has been able to cross a halfway mark in the 60-member House. And this has resulted in political instability. Another factor which is also responsible for political instability, and the failure of the government, successive government to deliver, is because of power and political confidence.
When we got our hill state, there is high expectation that we will propel the state forward. But 50 years have gone by, 50 years of wasted opportunities. We used to take pride in the fact, saying that, our land is a land of milk and honey. But if we go by the statistics, as mentioned by the esteemed panelists here, whether we talk of education, whether we talk of health, whether we talk of agriculture, whether we talk of, urban governance, whether we talk of anything, Meghalaya is going on a downslide. I would not like to talk about the statistics here. Data, as Manuel has mentioned, data can be manipulated. But let me say this also. If we talk about, the financial position of the state in the last 20 years, when we keep mentioning that the growth rate is 10 plus or something like that, it can never be. It is manufactured. And this is the kind of statistics that we represent to the people of the state and the nation as a whole. And if we talk about participation, are we really participating in the political process? Participation is not only about voting. Participation is not only about campaigning. Participation is about lobbying, changing policies, influencing the thoughts, ideas, policies, and so on and so forth. I think it's time for engagement of all cross-sections of the people as far as the politics in Meghalaya is concerned, if we are to propel the state forward. UDP stands for unity of purpose, not only of the indigenous population of the state. As Arden has mentioned, we stand to safeguard, to protect the rights of the indigenous people without infringing on the rights of other people also. We need to respect that. Unity of purpose, peace, and development. That is what we want.
What is happening in Meghalaya? Let us not talk about India now. Let's talk about Meghalaya. What is happening? We are not thinking, all of us are thinking that we have a failed government. We have all failed for the last 50 years. The word we is very important. All of us failed. But the thing is, when we come at the election campaign, that we fail is somebody else, okay? Somebody else. We have to take the responsibility, all of us, all parties in Meghalaya have to take the responsibility that we have all failed. And what is the reason that we fail? According to my opinion, yes, I represent the TMC party, but right now, while I speak, I express my opinion, but about the policy of the party, I'll speak later. In my opinion, we are still lacking in social leadership. And the narrative of social development, the narrative of social protection, narrative of identity has been wrongly propagated. Even the narrative of unemployment is wrongly propagated. What is unemployment in the real sense? Unemployment in the real sense is when no one, population is so much in that community and the resources in the community are so little that no one, a large number of people do not have even opportunity for labor. Even for 300, 400 labor wages for labor per day is not possible. That means a problem of unemployment. Not necessarily that very few people are in the top post in the government. Not necessarily that MA graduates, postgraduates, graduates are not having honorable jobs. That is a different way of thinking.
I've seen in our state, Meghalaya, mostly the youths in the age of 18 to 25, they go and vote listening to their parents, listening to their uncles, listening to teachers. But I feel it's high time for the youths to come out and listen to their heart and choose the right candidate, where they can see there's a candidate who has a vision for them. That is my humble request. Imagine a state like Meghalaya in the last 2018 elections, the largest constituency, Meghalaya constituency, the turnout of the voting was just 59%. Why is the turnout so less during elections? If you want changes, I can say many educated people, many rich people, they don't go and vote during elections. That's very wrong. And they are the people only who complain also against the government, but they didn't go and vote. So my appeal is that people of the state, they should come out and vote and choose the right candidate, choose the right party where they can perform for you all.
On behalf of the Bharatiya Janata Party, because I'm really upset, I've been let down by the amount of corruption that's going on in Meghalaya today. Meghalaya has got the record number of corruption that is persisting in politics. It has spread to the churches. It's now spreading to the institutions. And once that happens, the entire society is going to be dependent on corruption. We must bring an end to corruption, and I am here for that. But before I continue with what I have to say, I have to thank the organizers of this symposium for inviting me to speak, for inviting my party to speak. I have to thank the members of the BJP who have given me this very proud moment to stand on behalf of the BJP to speak to all of you. And all of you must be looking at me and wondering, isn't this man a little scared to talk about the BJP in front of all of us? Because that's one party that no one seems to love. Basically, I mean, you've heard a lot of speakers before me. I'm only going to try and point out to you what exactly does that mean if I come down to the very core, to the very heart of what is meant by a political party. Every political party must have an ideology of its own. It is based on its ideology that it has manifestos from one time of election to the next. And in a few months, you're going to have to read many manifestos if there are so many parties. If you read the manifesto, use your mind and pull yourself back to what is its ideology. Now let me come to the most frightening word. The ideology of my party, the party I represent, is Hindutva. Oh, frightened, frightened. You must be frightened because you've got a wrong notion of what this word means.
The state of Meghalaya is going to face general MLA election in 2020. I've seen today that most of us, our party leaders, they are going to contest every election. I've seen there, here, in the Atiars. I wish all the leaders present in this room today, this hall today, a grand success. And in the letter, the organizer expect us that we have to focus positively to sensitize our important issues so that the people, so that our dear students are dysfunction and the people of the state, maybe they will listen to us, they will hear, and I do hope that they also will accept our views and opinions as we have put in our manifesto of the party.